Hey, wrestling fans, F and true followers, and members of the YWC. Brian Crazy,
JC Styles,
and we are the F and brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com. Thanks for tuning in once again. We are back with our review of Monday Night Raw from February 20th, 2012. We are just 24 hours removed from the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, where we saw no titles change hands. Regardless of that, me and JC both agreed that we thought it was a good pay-per-view. The athletes were incredible. They showed high amounts of athleticism. Let's jump into tonight's Raw. I mean, the first segment of the night, we see Eve Torres backstage talking about how she took advantage of Zack Ryder. She's going to try to take advantage of John Cena. She's got the big fish hooked. She's talking to the Bellas, which are known to be WWE's worst gold diggers.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get in Alberto Del Rio's pockets and probably his pants for who knows how long.
Exactly.
And, man, what are you thinking, Eve? Okay, you could have that plan, but why would you talk? Just that. So, this heads off in a confrontation in the ring between John Cena and Eve. John Cena's got her number, and he doesn't even want to hear it. And you know what? I caught Raw about 5 minutes late. So I talked to a buddy, and I caught up on my notes. And funny part about it is I thought John Cena was just being a dick, you know?
Yeah.
And then I found out what happened. I'm like, oh, okay, it makes sense. I just thought they were pushing Cena and keep pushing Cena. I was like, yes. Not that I want to see Cena go full heel, but I want to see him become edgier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think you summed it up with just that right there. Not gonna really dwell on it because, guys, it's I think it's like only 20 degrees here. It's freaking cold.
It's freezing.
So we're gonna get right into it. We see we go to right before commercial break. We see another Undertaker promo shown from a little bit of the last couple of weeks. Then we move into the first match of the night. We see Sheamus pick up the win over Mark Henry. We see John Laurinaitis bring Mark Henry back. And basically, this is just to further along to try to, push over John Laurinaitis as running both shows. This also intervenes a little bit later in the night where we see Teddy Long make a battle royal for the WWE Championship, which was a really good battle royal.
And also, this heads off another time during the night. There'll be a match where Johnny Laurinaitis chooses a superstar, and Teddy Long has to choose a superstar from his roster. But we'll get to that in just a little bit. We go into the next match. We see it's an unlikely team, but they work well together. Kofi Kingston and R-Truth team together to go against the current WWE Tag Team Champions, Epico and Primo.
Yeah, we see a really good tag team match. We see R-Truth and Kofi Kingston pick up the win. Does this entitle them to a future tag team championship match? I mean, let's just face it. I mean, Epico and Primo, since winning the championships, have been on such a roll and haven't been able to be defeated. Now you have the unlikely team of R-Truth and Kofi Kingston picking up the win. So only time will tell. I think usually how it works is if you beat a champion, you get a shot at the titles.
I think if you can defeat the champion, you should be entitled to at least an opportunity. Doesn't mean that they're going to follow through on the opportunity, but they should be given that opportunity. Everybody should be given an opportunity at least once during their career, if not multiple times, but you have to earn those opportunities. But I agree with what you say, and they did earn it. What does this mean for Air Boom, though? Kofi Kingston obviously has moved on. Evan Bourne is serving a 60-day suspension. He's been removed from the Raw intro. What does this mean? I guess only...
Do we smell a future Endeavor speech coming out?
It could be possible. I hope not. I hope Evan Bourne gets his stuff straight and gets back, because he is an incredible athlete. Then we go... we come back from a commercial. We see that the big battle royal is going to come, and we're about to get a Hall of Fame announcement. They come back, and they announce that the former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, I believe he was the first African-American WCW champion.
Yes.
And a lot of people had criticism of Cowboy Bill Watts, saying that he was racist, but Bill Watts was the one who influenced the decision to have Ron Simmons booked as champion. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, we could go into the history of WCW for hours. But this is great. Ron Simmons will be inducted into the 2012 class of the Hall of Fame. Very deserving superstar. And that's all I got to say about that. You want to take the next segment, please?
Yes. We see... well, first off, we see David Otunga pick up the win over Ezekiel Jackson, another John Laurinaitis versus Teddy Long matchup.
Very, very surprising win here. I mean... Ezekiel Jackson was being built for so long, Intercontinental Champion, one of the most dominant men, part of the core, and now he's pushing over David Otunga in a short match. I really didn't agree with the booking decision here. Not that, guys, we got to make it clear that if you don't follow us or just started following us, we believe in these athletes. We believe in what they do, but sometimes decisions that are made are a little questionable, and as wrestling fans, sometimes we'd like to see other outcomes. So, we're going to give you what we would want to see and what happened,
We see Otunga pick up the win, then followed by a huge Undertaker versus Triple H segment, which, and I mean huge, we'll get right into that in just a couple of seconds.
Oh, real quick though, Josh Matthews did interview Chris Jericho backstage. Chris Jericho talked about how he is the best in the world, and basically hyping the Battle Royal later on in the night. But back to what you were talking about, the Triple H segment.
We see Undertaker come out, and he talks about how Triple H missed the point, how the choice of wrestling Undertaker at WrestleMania was not his. Taker says this has to end, that they're at the end of an era in wrestling. Taker says that they are the last of a dying breed, like he said last year. They're the last of their kind. Then we see Taker go on to insult Triple H, saying that he's just a suit and a tie. Everything are just layers to cover up who Triple H really is. And this was the same exact thing that we saw Shawn Michaels last week poking at Triple H. Then we basically says that this Triple H and Taker is far bigger than just a match. It's an apocalypse. Followed by Triple H comes out and basically gets right in Taker's face and basically just gives the same speech that he gave to Shawn Michaels last week.
The same thing that he's been saying over and over again. He says that Taker isn't asking for redemption, salvation, or a shot at vengeance. He is asking for an end. Triple H truly believes that Undertaker is there to basically have it finished. While
Triple H doesn't want to be the one to finish it.
Yeah, but that, in Triple H's mind, that's how he's seeing it.
Yes.
The way the Undertaker's seeing it is that Triple H is just being a coward and he won't fight him. Because for the first time in Undertaker's career, a first, doesn't mean it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
It's not a guarantee that the game is going to dominate as much as he did last year.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good chance it's going to happen. Don't get me wrong, Triple H has been one of the most dominant superstars of all time. I mean, that's, without question.
Yeah.
But I guess, same with the Undertaker. We're going to have to see what happens. But I guess you want to sum up the promo?
Yeah, sure. We see Triple H leave the ring, and then Taker picks up the mic. He's like, I just figured something out. And he says Triple H knows he can't do what his buddy Shawn Michaels couldn't do because of Triple H knows Shawn is already better than Triple H. Now, this is when Triple H takes off the jacket and the tie. I'm surprised he didn't go as far as taking off the shirt.
We all know Triple H loves taking his shirt off.
Yeah, exactly. Triple H gets in Shawn's face. Wow. Gets in Undertaker's face.
Hold on one second. I'm the game, Triple H. Undertaker, we're not going to fight at WrestleMania.
So Triple H says this has nothing to do with Shawn.
And I love Triple H, by the way.
It has nothing to do with Shawn, who's better, who's not better. He says Shawn couldn't get the job done, and he knows he can. Triple H says he can finish the job, and Taker knows it. Then, as back and forth, you hear the fans start to chant, "Prove it, prove it," and then Taker starts, getting in his face a little bit more, and he goes, "Fine, do you want this match? Do you want it to end? You want it? Fine, you got it, but under one condition: Hell in a Cell." And then later in the night, we find out that the match is on. We will see the first ever second Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania, but the first time ever Undertaker, Triple H, Hell in a Cell match.
Yes, this is Undertaker 3 at WrestleMania. They fought at 17, they fought at 27, now they will fight at 28.
But this is the first time these two have ever stepped in the ring inside a Hell in a Cell
at WrestleMania.
Well, in general, they've never fought in a Hell in a Cell. Because Undertaker has always been on SmackDown and Triple H has always been on Raw.
Correct. These two superstars have never fought in a Hell in a Cell together at WrestleMania. That is a true fact. And Undertaker did compete in a Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania 15 against the Big Boss Man.
Where we wound up seeing a Big Boss Man lynched.
Yeah, he was lynched. He was hung from the cage by the Brood comes rappelling down. I mean, it was something else. I remember being a wrestling fan and just sitting there in disbelief like, can they really do that? Is that legal?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, anything is possible in the WWE.
It sure is. So then we go into the next match. Like JC said, you know what? The one thing they could do that really push this thing over the top
is involve the families, Undertaker stalking.
Not only Hell in a Cell, let's light the ring up.
No.
Inferno Hell in a Cell match.
They wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I know. It would be awesome though.
I mean, they wanted to find Triple H. $20,000.
$5,000.
$5,000 for
Undertaker.
Undertaker
as well. Then we go into the next match: Daniel Bryan versus Santino Marella. I was a little disappointed in this match. Santino had such a strong showing last night.
Exactly, that's what I thought.
And Daniel Bryan shut him down in 2 minutes. I mean, it was just disappointing. I really would have liked to see it even just go 2 minutes longer. Let Santino get a couple decent maneuvers in. The guy has what it takes.
He does.
And he proved it later on in the Battle Royal. I mean, he's almost eliminated. He manages to flip his whole body, and I mean, he's a pretty decent-sized guy. Flips his whole frame back over the rope.
For a lot of people that know, that's called skinning the cat. It's a move that a lot of the earlier wrestlers did back in the day. Was made very popular by Shawn Michaels, Owen Hart, James Storm later on in TNA, and so many others. A lot of people who actually are trained at the Shawn Michaels Academy do that, and you see a lot of wrestlers influenced by Shawn Michaels do that maneuver.
Yeah, it is a great maneuver, and it just looks so good. It really does. So then we go into the next match. We really won't dwell on it. Like JC mentioned at the beginning of this video, it's absolutely freezing out here. Yes. So we're going to kind of speed up the pace of this just a little bit, guys. I hope you don't mind.
Yes!
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 Yes! World Heavyweight Champion. No.
All right.
No, nothing.
My two taglines of the month: no, no, and no. And Ryder, instead of woo, 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 Ryder's going ow, ow, ow. Feel free to use either one of those.
Now Zack Ryder's going stupid bitch, stupid bitch, stupid bitch.
John, how did you do that to me? Yo, Ryder must feel mad shitty right now, because after, like, what, he's probably sitting at home. I can't even imagine the contraption he's wearing. He's sitting at home. He's like, damn, she played both of us. So he's going to have to go back and apologize to his broski and shit. Alright, moving on. Excuse my language. I apologize about that, guys. I know there's younger viewers out there. Still to come tonight, the #1 Contenders Battle Royal, and John Cena will address the WWE Universe. John Cena is then in the ring when we come back from commercial break. He cuts a promo talking about...
Actually, you missed the Bellas picking up the win over Kelly and Oksana.
I just said I was going to sum that up, and I totally skipped over. I apologize. Yes, the Bellas twins were successful. They picked up the win over Oksana in her very unique wrestling attire, and Kelly, who sure looked good tonight.
Then we see John Cena come out and... Basically, this really wasn't a promo to a segment addressing the universe. This is basically a promo addressing The Rock. He basically goes on and basically states everything that we already know that he's quote unquote said for the last year, that The Rock is not there, that he is, that, and basically he talks about how April 7th John Cena will be on Raw and The Rock will probably be on another movie set. Then he talks about how The Rock is going to have to kill John Cena to beat him, and that Rock could bring as many boots to how many ever asses he wants, that he is not going to beat John Cena at WrestleMania 28.
John Cena's pretty adamant. I mean, he's coming off a big win last night. He just defeated the Big Red Machine Kane. Of course, that adrenaline is probably still pumping. That was an incredible match. I mean, they had a very good feud the last few months. It kind of ended with a pretty anticlimactic end. I would have liked to see it just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was basically a whole bunch of build-up and then a whole lot of disappointment during the match. The match didn't build the hype.
The match was alright. It went for a decent length of time, but I would have liked to see more spots. I know Kane can bring it to another level, and we've seen John Cena bring it to another level. Example, when he fought CM Punk in the middle of last year. Basically, like JC said, he summed up the promo really well, said The Rock only came back so he could promote Fast 5 in his Twitter account. You know, just basically continuing on the same line. And I'm sure when The Rock is on Raw next week, which The Rock will be making an appearance on Raw next week,
probably via satellite.
No, I guess he's actually supposed to be live.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty excited.
I can't wait either. I'm a big Rock fan.
I'm a huge Rock fan as well. I mean, I got my Team Bring It shirt in the house. But then we go into the #1 Contenders Battle Royal. We see The Big Show, Cody Rhodes, R-Truth, Wade Barrett, Great Khali, The Miz, Kofi Kingston, Santino Marella, Chris Jericho, and Dolph Ziggler, all vying for that number one contender spot, the right to face the WWE champion at WrestleMania.
You know, and the weird thing was, I didn't really understand this, but they had a couple of SmackDown stars in the match, which was kind of weird.
Well, it's the Raw Super Show. It's Raw and SmackDown Superstars, so I think that's why they did it. Plus, they've also really been relaxing the brand extension as of late. Yeah. They really have been.
The climax of the whole match, we see Chris Jericho pick up the win. We saw CM Punk sitting out at the commentators table doing commentary. And it's funny because they come back from a commercial break, and CM Punk just completely shuts down Michael Cole. He's like, "Shut up, stupid!" And then he's like, "Hi, this is CM Punk, and welcome back to Monday Night Raw. We're in the middle of a battle royal here for the WWE for number one contendership to my WWE title."
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, CM Punk is one of my favorite commentators of all time. I mean, not only do I enjoy his in-ring work, I enjoy his promos.
He is awesome on the mic.
He is awesome on the mic. He really is. He's a very skilled, athlete all around. I didn't mean to interrupt what you're saying.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But there was a spot in the match where we see Kofi jump up top.
That was really funny. I had a pencil in my pocket, and I went to go pull my hand out, and it just went flying. I was just about to say, I think we're being too damn polite, okay? Cut it out.
JC's WMD.
I'm all set.
Okay then.
I mean,
well, we see the spot in the match. We see a spot in the match where Kofi goes to jump on top of the turnbuckle to do like a really probably a crossbody like he normally does. Cody goes and pushes him outside the ring, and we see Michael Cole say Kofi Rhodes eliminated, and you hear CM Punk, "Wait a minute, Kofi Rhodes? Who's Jamaican you crazy?" It was a hilarious.
Oh, it was definitely a great spot. After Chris Jericho picks up the big clutch victory, he is now the number one contender. It's what a lot of wrestling fans have seen. I know a lot did not want to see that. A lot did, and CM Punk tries to be the better man.
I'll be honest. I wanted to see it, but I just didn't want to see it for the championship because we could have gotten another we could have gotten two more matches out of Raw.
WrestleMania typically you get a nice stacked card, so I can't wait to see the other feuds that develop going into WrestleMania.
So guys, for wrapping up this video.
The closing segment of the night.
Oh, yeah.
I missed the tag match. You almost missed the close. Man, guys, 20-degree weather is like shrinking our brains or something. But basically to sum it,
Shrink.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. I'm looking this way, and I thought you were doing something. The guys at home are just like, okay, Brian and Jason.
It's cold.
Shrink, small brains. All right. So Jericho picks up the win. CM Punk enters the ring. CM Punk extends his hand. He tries to shake the number one contender's hand. Chris Jericho denies, points to his chest, says, "I'm the best in the world," and Raw cuts off the air.
Exactly. So, guys, for closing moments, please check out all of the channels that make up the Effin brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com. The current channel you are watching, Effin True Wrestling, Effin True Entertainment, the Effin True Click, Brian's Fight Nation Wrestling, and FightNationWrestling.com, where you can get a lot of our input, a lot of Brian's input into the matches, plays for the pay-per-views.
JC is helping me write several articles in the last few weeks for Fight Nation Wrestling, so definitely check it out. Also check out, I know JC was about to say it, Most Extreme Wrestling.
Yes.
The only married couple here on YouTube. They are incredible. They just had a recent feud with Dolph Ziggler. They were even featured on the first episode of WWE Downloads. So definitely check them out. If you haven't, you'd be doing yourself a service. The same with checking out We Are Pro Wrestling. He produces great content here on YouTube. I think JC already mentioned Champagne Shane and XBA.
No, I did not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But please check out XBA 325 because he likes to bang for the polar bears and all the also cute polar bears. And Champagne Shane, a new YouTuber who just come out onto the scene, who does a little bit of a unique view on sports, entertainment, and wrestling. So please check that out.
Remember we were texting back and forth during the night, and John Cena said professional wrestling and pointed towards the back, and I wrote, what did I send you? I said,
professional wrestling, cut to commercial.
Cut to commercial, cut his mic.
Yeah. So guys, thanks for checking out this Monday Night Raw review, and have a good night, and we'll see you back hopefully tomorrow night with a live SmackDown.
Yes, and then definitely, hopefully, back on Thursday night with TNA's Impact Wrestling. Catch you later. Yes! Yes!